What's going on, guys? This is GZ. Welcome to my channel. So it's been a while since I have finished Diablo 4 and now I am playing some endgame content. So here is my first impression of the game, how I liked it. So let's begin with the story. The Act 1 was really nice. I really liked the beginning. The setting of the map in the snow and all that, it was really nice. It felt like a huge, you know, event is going to happen at Act 1, which I believe didn't happen at the end of the game. It's pretty much ended where right from where it actually started. That is what my feeling. The things that happened in between really didn't bring any impact to the world of Diablo 4 in my opinion. So for that reason the story in the end didn't pan out for me, and I am on the Lilith side here and I want to see what would happen if Lilith succeed with our plans, because that is least what I think is villainish. But anyways, there goes for the story. Then there are side quests that you can actually do and complete, also the renounce, but both of these activities are pretty much for the early game. Once you are done with them, then they are gone from the map, and what left is they're going to be on the Diablo 4 map is the world activities, and no new side quest or the life side quest is going to happen out of nowhere. But there is the hell tide. After once you finish the game, the hell tide actually happen. It's like the division 2 invasion system, which would happen every single day in different area of the Diablo 4 world, and when you visit that you can fight against the stronger enemies to defeat them and reap a better rewards from them. And this activity is actually good. Then there is a nightmare dungeon, just like the Diablo 3 Elder Rifts or the Greater Rift of Diablo 3 or the Elder Rift of Diablo Immortal, which you can do to make yourself more stronger. Just like the Diablo 3 has a legendary gem, you go in the higher Greater Rift, you will have a higher chance of upgrading your legendary gem in Diablo 3. In Diablo Immortal, you will be going inside the Elder Rift and you have to actually spend money to get the legendary crest, and from that you would get the legendary gem in Diablo Immortal. But here, with this, you would go inside the Nightmare Dungeon, which is exactly the same thing, introduced with a different name, but inside the dungeon, but with the same ideology, the same mechanic of both these games, that you would be going inside the Nightmare Dungeon and you will be upgrading your glyphs, which you can put inside the Paragon tree. So now they actually, instead of working with your gear, they actually work with your Paragon tree. And the higher number of tiers of the Nightmare Dungeons that you play, the more quickly you can upgrade your glyphs. And these are the new legendary gems, which are actually a really neat way to put this thing inside the Diablo 4 mechanic. So it actually gives you more freedom, or you can say more ways to make your own character the way you actually like it, which is actually really good for the end game content. But what I have been feeling lately is that there is Whisper of the Tree, which I really do, which I haven't done. Let's say I only have done it once I needed my Nightmare sigil. And if you guys are seeing that, GZ, you have done like half of it. That I am not sure when I have done it. Maybe in open world when I was doing some side quest, or I'm not sure. It must have happened inside the Helltide area, so it automatically happen by itself. But anyways, for now, that ever since I have finished the game, I feel like 61 to 100 is a way longer journey than 1 to 16 one, and I wish that the game story was long enough or would have required us to gain more levels so that I actually didn't had to repeat the same thing over and over again. But then again, in Diablo 3 it was the same thing that we have been doing every single thing. Or in Immortal, if you want to get the quest, you will go in the Elder Rifts, or you can go into the dungeons to get the material. This is how the Diablo franchise always has been. But it doesn't mean that this game doesn't have its flaws, and the biggest one is the Oculus. The reason being is the seasonal system. I think the seasonal system is quite outdated, considering that this is 2023. Of course, seasonal system has always been like this for Diablo games, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't need a change. It definitely does need a change now that there are more games out there every single year that people want to play, and they want to make sure that their progression is actually intact with their character. So whenever they actually come back, like maybe a week later or month later, they can quickly start off right from there where they left off and continue doing the new content. It's not like that, alright, there is a new content coming out and it is going to be tied inside the seasonal, and you have to start over from level 1 and you have to play that way. Otherwise you have to otherwise you have to wait 3 months for that content to become a part of your normal character. That is quite outdated system in my opinion, and nowadays most games does not do that when they are RPG. If you would take Division 2, it's been 5 years since Division 2 is out, and the game has a seasonal system and the story arc as well, with every season that it comes with. But how it does it, that it doesn't reset your character. All it does is it launches the content in episodic ways, and also gives you some more modes to play with every single week, that unlocks with the time locked or time bound system. So they can actually do that in the seasonal system as well. Instead of resetting us to level 1, maybe bring the new content and put dates to them that this week we are unlocking this content and you can consume this much, the next week you will get this, the next you will get that. So this will also keep the seasonal system more fresh and fun, and people can adjust their own pace to completing them, whether they play it for 1 hour or 10 hour or 12 hour, because the seasonal system in my opinion is quite outdated. And then again, since it's a 3-month lifespan character, then the Oculus here could have helped us a lot. What's the biggest issue that I have felt with Diablo 4 is that since our character is only 3 months, has only mean 3-month lifespan. If you look here, where is it? Oh, he can sit there, okay. If you look here, I have been saving these aspects so I can actually use their higher aspect percentage for my newer gear if I get that, or I am not sure if even I want them. So this way my inventory is keep getting filled every single day. But before I have been deconstructing them, salvaging them, I didn't care much. But now that I have been trying a lot of builds, and so far I have not tried any guide whatsoever, because I feel like there is going to be a season coming out which obviously I am going to try out. So there is no point of me checking out any guide right now. All I want to do is keep experiencing different builds and stuff that I can do. And also I am not putting much effort into the D4 right now, but anyways, these things I am putting inside the chest here, which is a trashy way to do. There should have been other way, just like the Division 2, which Oculus could actually solve for us. Let's say if we found a item with a really good aspect percentage on it, like it has the best value on it, what we could do is come to the Oculus, and there should have been a option to store them permanently. Since the character is only 3 months spam and this thing is already is inside the Division 2, then why cannot it happen inside Diablo 4 as well? And it could actually serve really well for the seasonal character as well, for the quality of life feature, since our character has only going to have a 3-month lifespan, and after that we have to make a new character every single season. So that could have been a really good option for the Oculus. And then I heard that right now Diablo 4 team cannot actually make another tab for the normal gems here, and I was like, what? It will take them like 3 months to bring that option? Then I was like, okay, but these are really annoying, especially when you are farming Nightmare Dungeon, and not many strongholds have their stash located close to the portal. If you would be in this region here, then you have to walk all the way here to get to the stash. Then if you are here, the stash is someplace here, I think, maybe, I'm not sure, but these are not really quality of life feature in my opinion. And if they cannot bring this option, then there should have been an option to send this gem into the stash directly. But my concern right now is that the reason why seasons are going to reset your character is there are going to be two reasons of that. One, there isn't going to be much content that could actually keep you engaged, and therefore they want to reset your progression, so you have to actually start from the beginning so that you can actually consume all the old content first, then get to the new one, and by then it will be already hundreds of hours that you have already played to reach up to that point. That is one way, or the other would be that it is just how it is. It is always how it has been in Diablo games, but that will actually not work. I'm sure the new players do not know about this, but once they knew about it, they might lose interest inside the game, because nowadays every single game comes with the new game plus option, because they actually want to start over with their progression intact, and that are my concern. But other than that, the game is really fun. The only thing holding me back right now is the seasonal. Otherwise I would have rushed to the level 100 by now already. I would have been on 100 by now, but I really do not see the point when my character is going to be useless in season when I am going to play the new season. So why bother at the moment? At this point I am just experiencing as many as you are, but the game itself is amazing. I am really loving it. I just hope there will be more ways to make your experience better in Diablo 4, to make the experience of seasonal better, to leveling up. There should be more content to the end game that could actually keep you engaged beside the Nightmare Dungeon and Hell Tide, because these 2 and endgame contents are meant to make you stronger, but there should be something as well. Also, the dungeons, in my opinion, are quite shallow. There are no story inside it whatsoever, like the Division games. If you know, every single Division mission has a story, it has a boss that you actually have to kill, which were actually really fun. If you guys have played the Division, which I have, and Division had the raid system, it has the open world activities filled with so much stuff. It had the weekly research system. It even has the, I even forget, raids, difficulty, legendary missions, and it has so much stuff inside the game. But anyways, the dungeons are quite shallow without the story, and I don't even remember one single name of any boss. Maybe Bishop, the Blood Bishop, maybe I remember him because he killed me once here and there. But I wish these bosses had some dialogues to tease us so that we actually feel more satisfied by destroying them, saying, "Take this, Himalaka, you have been a really pain in my butt, but now I got you." But I don't remember their names, meaning they need to improve these bosses and dungeons. There are just tasks inside the dungeons that you have to complete and move on. And one more opinion, more thing I wish that there was inside the dungeon, that the mini map should have indicate the location where you have to go, even though we still have to explore it. That way it would be more that way we would have known which direction we have to take. At least it would save us time, you know. But anyways, this is what my first impression of the Diablo 4 is, which is quite mixed. I really like the game, but there are things that holding me back. But anyways, uh one more thing, yeah, if you guys would say that Diablo 4 is free game and it's not like the Immortal, then I would say, yeah, it doesn't cost you money, but it definitely costs you your time. So time is still a thing that you should consider as a money. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next one. Until then, take care, have fun, and bye guys.